unfortunate. Actually, now it displays Sifuna as a badly cultured man. And I think his hippocampus in the brain is shrunken. He needs to rejuvenate it, to remember the little instructions all of us got in Sunday school. Respect. You have to respect your elders, whether you like them or not. That is just a command even in the Bible. Mm-hmm. So for him to hover his finger all the time at our party leader, it is unfortunate, and I think he belongs to the Neanderthal days, where those antiquated people never knew the difference between old people and young people. So there's 2027, and again, see if we continue together or have our own presidential candidate. Yeah. So I took that to my soul, because Baba could see what we couldn't see. And actually working under Sifuna or being his deputy, I was a little idle. It's just that I follow what the party does or says we do. But Sifuna never delegated anything. He took it all, he did it all, and he was a know-it-all. So if you have such a boss or a senior like that, then you also don't stamp on his ego, because it can backfire. So I let him be.
So you sat back quietly?
I did. A very humble person.
And bided your time.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your greatest support. Now, fellow Kenyans, I'm wondering something here. I've seen Honorable Me, that is Captain Omanyo, blaming SG, Edwin Sifuna, of not giving her chance during the time that Raila Odinga was alive to at least do some errands here and there. And she's saying that during that time, she was really idle. That is what I want us to talk about. But before we do that, fellow Kenyans, let me humbly request you that if at all you're meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well, you can share, drop me your comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think and where exactly you are watching this video from. And also, to the family and community of Bonita Media, we have an announcement, we have a project that we are to do, and here is the announcement. There is this children's home. I visited it, had a deep talk, a conversation with the director. Both the director and the assistant director, we really talked. I saw the children. There were two kids who are abandoned by the mother after birth. I think 2 days. So the children are barely 10 days old. And others are also there. There are around 89 right now, and they told me that there are some in school. So wakirudi wote, the number will be around 100 plus. So we really talked, and they told me that if you can help us, if you guys can help us in 1, 2, 3 things, we'll be really glad to, and we'll really appreciate. Of course, we know very well that this is something that one person cannot do. Kukaa na watoto wote, hata useme ukona only one source of help, it's something that it's impossible. So after that, I had a brief, talk. Nilikaa na watoto, the few that nilipata, wengine nilipata kama wanalala. I just talked to the few, I interacted with the few of them, just kids here and there. And I said that, I told them that I have a team which I know that will respond, and after they've responded, I'll get back to you with what they give me. So I just have to request you guys, you are 50 shillings, you are 100 shillings, you are 200 shillings, you are 300, 400, 500 shillings, you are 1,000. Any amount of money which you really feel like can help these kids. Please just use the M-Pesa number on your screen so that you can help these kids. Nobody knows, we cannot say that, I can't help a kid, si mtoto wangu. Hawezi kuwa mtoto wako, lakini we all know how maybe these things normally comes later. So just a humble request, please guys, if you can, just use the number on your screen. Just send your 50 bob, your 100 shillings 200, 300 shillings, whatever you have, we'll make arrangements, and then tutaona what we can do. Kama tutawanunulia vyakula, kama itatosha mpaka manguo, we can do that. It's something that they requested that we do, because saa zingine though watoto walali njaa, but sometimes I talk the director told me that sometimes they really struggle how they can get food for the kids, the kids just to be happy and all that. Actually, the kids were very happy seeing me. They were saying, the director told me that wanapenda sana wakati mtu amekuja kuwaona mtu mwingine mgeni apart from wale wenye wamezoea, because they feel that they are really loved indeed. So please, that is the project that we have this month. I would request you that please, I'm humbly requesting you that let us do this for the sake of these kids. Wale wenye walikuwa wanasema kwamba pesa yangu siwezi peleka kanisani kwa tithe, eri nipeleke kwa children's home. Now we have a project. Please just come through and we see what we can do. Now, I've been trying to ask myself these questions after listening to Catherine Omanyo speaking, and I was like, so you believe, you really trust yourself, and you really believe that when you are given a chance, when during that time that Edwin Sifuna was in, you could have done a very good, you could have brought a very big change, right? That change that you're talking about, that you could have brought, or maybe the kind of work that you could have done during that time, why can't you do it now that now you are the SG? Because I believe, one thing I believe and one thing I know is that whenever one person comes out, when you come in, you're supposed to do better than that person. So I really don't know why she's keeping on putting on blame game, matter this, matter that. What is the problem? Let me just ask that simple question. What is really the problem? Because suppose maybe she believes in herself. The way she claims that she is learned, she really believes in herself. She could have, saizi hata hafai complain. In fact, anapaswa kusema kwamba nimepata nafasi mzuri that I need to use to prove to these people that I'm capable of doing 1, 2, 3 things.
He actually listened to Baba. He disturbed a little. Even before Baba's demise, we had a very good meal. We had a PG. The last meal is like the last supper. He didn't come. He sent an apology. Yet, I looked at Baba that day. We were trying. What was the venue? We were at Agile. Just before Baba left to India, we actually met. And his speech was good. It was both sides. Yes, we are in government, because the government belongs to all of us, whether you are in opposition or in government. All Kenyans, we have to be part of a solution to our issues, our problems in Kenya. And the only way is to go in government and see way forward what works for Kenyans. And he said we will work up to 2027 and again see if we continue together or have our own presidential candidate. So I took that to my soul, because Baba could see what we couldn't see. And actually working under Sifuna, or being his deputy, I was a little idle. It's just that I follow what the party does or says we do. But Sifuna never delegated anything. He took it all, he did it all, and he was a know-it-all. So if you have such a boss or a senior like that, then you also don't stamp on his ego, because it can backfire. So I let him be.
So you sat back quietly?
I did. A very humble person.
And bided your time. This meeting that you're referring to, this is the one where Baba famously used the word, "Who told you?" Right?
And I know why he said that.
Okay.
Yes.
Why did he say that? Tell us from your perspective.
Because when he went into some
give us context for that. Who told you?
Yes, I want to say it the way how it came out. Many of our members, after we saw Baba shaking hands with Ruto, we quickly started chanting 2 term, because now we thought, oh, Baba has forgiven, Ruto, and we shouldn't be questioning or bashing him anymore. So we didn't know when to start saying 2-term or 1-term, or just the kind of chanting we like, in politics. So he had to put a stop there, because we had to go into negotiations before the 2-term or 1-term chantings, or whatever other slogan that we were going to come up with. But it was taken out of context. Yes, because the same Baba in the same speech encouraged us to work with the government so that we make a good path for Kenyans. And he also reminded us that it is important to make our country better for everybody. If you go to Turkana, Wajir, you come back to Busia, Nairobi, we shouldn't be having a very big gap between the people in the city and the people in the rural areas. And that is why he was reminding us to defend the devolution with all our teeth. So if you just want to edit and take something and mislead everybody, then you can edit that particular place, Catherine, and run with it.
Catherine, Baba was also very categorical that no, we are not in a coalition, right?
Because we were waiting for the negotiations.
Yeah, so he was clear. We are not in a coalition.
Yes.
With UDA. We formed a broad-based, and he explained why. And in that particular day, he was wearing this cream suit, right?
Yeah.
He was explaining the reason why he opted to take that direction of meeting and talking with the president for the sake of the country.
Yes.
And he said, I would do it again. If I had the opportunity came up again, I would do it again for the sake of the country. But he was clear. We are not in a coalition with this government. We are not in partnership with this government. We just formed this broad-based government to pacify and to let things happen. And then he said, there are people who are saying that ODM is not going to have a candidate in the next election. Who told you? Who told you? And that is what Sifuna keeps asking. He says, Baba even asked us, who told you? He wears his t-shirt saying, who told you? Is he wrong? Is Sifuna wrong?
He is very wrong, because he is picking that particular few words to massage his ego and to run with that so that he can have a few sympathizers saying that he is right. If Sifuna was so right and he's so good, he's very clean like a slate, then he should also remember that he is the one who actually saw in our party leader. He is the one who initially even came up with an elaborate broad-based arrangement writings. So why come up with such an article or writing and then also swear in the party leader, and then you go and tell Kenyans in broad daylight that you don't recognize him as a party leader, that he is illegitimate, surely. So I want to remind everybody that Baba was never misleading. Whatever he said at that time, he noticed that either his generation of Joshua is either getting astray or getting it. So when he could said retrieve, we retrieve. When he said shoot, we shoot. When he said we go to maandamano, Catherine, I would look for a pan the size of my head and go to demonstrate. Demonstrations meant we are saying no to something or looking for something. But Baba himself also told us to shift from protest politics and go into practical solutions. The reason why he came up with this NADCO report and his last will, and I still remember, that the NADCO report that gave birth to 10-point agenda. That is Baba's last will for Kenyans.
That is it. Why can't you prove to us, yes, unaongea, prove to us right now that you are better. Prove to us that now you can work. Prove to us that you are in a better position to do better than Edwin Sifuna. Ni hivyo tu rahisi, hivyo tu. Imagine it is that simple. Prove to us that you are better. Prove to us that you can do it. Na watu watakubaliana na wewe. Hii mambo ya kupiga kifua, hii mambo ya mara this, mara that, I think it needs to stop. Innovate. Because one thing I believe and one thing I know, by the way, is that you can't go with the strategy of Edwin Sifuna. You can't do the same things the way the same way Edwin Sifuna used to do. But at least what you can do is that you can come up with your own idea. You can come up with your own strategy of doing things and making sure they happen and they work. So hii mambo ya kusema umejua ile wakati mara I just used to I respected the party, I respected Raila, that is why siku raise complaint gani? Sasa hizi hakuna complaint una raise. You have the chance, use it. She's forgetting, one thing this woman is forgetting is that she's under people like Junet Mohammed, who will not give her that chance. Hiyo nafasi yenye analilia, hiyo nafasi yenye, unaona, these people are very funny. Na wanasiasa wanakuwa funny sana. Imagine, up to now, this woman doesn't really understand, doesn't really know that she's being used just as like a scapegoat. Kina Junet Mohammed ndo atafanya kila kitu kwa hii party. Because she has no voice. No, kati ya Honorable Mina Edwin Sifuna. Wewe saa hii uambiwe uchague SG wako, utachagua nani? Tuseme tu kweli, utachagua nani? Let us not look at it like juu sasa Edwin Sifuna amevuka. Wewe ungechagua nani? In terms of academic qualification, in terms of communication. Because those are the kind of things, small things that need to be looked at. Kwanza tuachane academic kidogo. Communication, how are you a good communicator? Are you in a position, can you really communicate properly? If you can, then fine. No big problem, no big deal. If you can communicate properly, fine. That's okay. But if you cannot, what makes you think, or what really tells you, dini ambacho inakuonesha ama inakuashiria ya kwamba you are better, that you could have done, or maybe you can do better than the other person? I would like to know what you think at the comment section concerning that, because nimesikia Honorable Mia akizungumza nikashindwa, kwani tulifika hii dunia lini? Kwa sababu ukijaribu sasa, ukianza sasa, Edwin Sifuna alifanya hii, Edwin Sifuna alifanya hii, na saizi wewe ndio uko hapo. Si ufanye tu kile ambacho wewe unafikiria kwamba Edwin Sifuna angefanya, ama kile ambacho alikuwa anakifanya. Sasa ukifanya vizuri to prove Edwin Sifuna wrong, that you are better. It is only that you are not given that chance. If Raila Odinga himself said that Edwin Sifuna akiongea party imeongea, wewe unadhani ungefika hiyo level yenye Raila anasema kwamba ukisikia Omanyo anazungumza, amezungumzia party? Sasa hata Omanyo mwenyewe azungumzaje? Kama kusoma tu wanasema consequence. Constitutionalism, it becomes a problem for you to announce, and then you are here chest thumping saying that it is only that you are not given that chance to work. Now you have the chance. Show us what you got. Just show us what you got. Tell us, tuonyeshe kile ambacho unaweza kufanya. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section, fellow Kenyans.
Whoever does not respect today the party leader is not in ODM, because we were used to following what the party leader says, and we are still used to that. So what is different when Baba was there and now our party leader Oburu is there? Because if we actually obey or respect the party constitution, then it dictates that the party leader finally whips us all. So whoever is not whippable, that's not an ODM child. The DNA, he should look for his father.
Okay, that's
loaded.
Right into the...
Yep.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but your Secretary General has referred to the party leader as mediocre.
That was very unfortunate. Actually, now it displays Sifuna as a badly cultured man. And I think his hippocampus in the brain is shrunken. He needs to rejuvenate it, to remember the little instructions all of us got in Sunday school. Respect. You have to respect your elders, whether you like them or not. That is just a command even in the Bible. So for him to hover his finger all the time at our party leader, it is unfortunate, and I think he belongs to the Neanderthal days, where those antiquated people never knew the difference between old people and young people.
So there's no room for somebody just having an opinion. I think from where you're coming from, it's the way it was communicated. It was disrespectful. Beyond that, though, if somebody else comes up and says, I think we need to question our leader's vision, would you still push back, or is it really democratic enough to welcome divergent views like you've said?
The wisdom that our party leader has, any bright leader who wants to be successful will be closer and not pushing away. Remember, even our own Mama Ida Odinga said before Baba took any step, he went back to Oburu Oginga. That is where he got all the wisdom, all the advice to either go for maandamano or retrieve or go into coalitions or not, or reject or accept, So if even our mother, Ida Odinga, told us, if you want wisdom, if you want to be safe in politics, you need some wisdom tap it from Dr. Oburu Oginga. Then who is Sifuna to start making such remarks? I want to warn everybody trying to follow Sifuna. They should get all his verbals fine, but at the end of the day, take it with a pinch of salt. He's misleading, and he's not a role model to any young person.
Catherine, when Baba was alive and Sifuna was the SG, you were his deputy, how was Sifuna's relationship with Oburu Oginga? Because Oburu was still a senior leader of the party.
Yes. He acted well. Sifuna is a very good actor. He could win Hollywood. In America, whatever they give those awards, he would win. He's a very good actor. Even you see when he's greeting him, you can imagine he really respects him. But what comes out of his mouth is something else. So I've been comparing back and forth, and I realized that Sifuna's handshake does not match his smile. And that is why I'm saying people should not even listen to him anymore, because he actually listened to Baba. He disturbed a little. Even before Baba's demise, we had a very good meal. We had a PG. The last meal is like the last supper. He didn't come. He sent an apology.